What's up, guys? Dave here. I want to go a quick video on the Sawtooths. Kind of on Instagram, I go by Satu-day. This is kind of the namesake of the Instagram title there. And basically, how I come up with that name was, I had a bunch of knives, collecting knives, and then kind of got on the social media after I got in a pretty major motorcycle wreck and wasn't able to walk and stuff, and got into the whole social media thing, and basically expand your knowledge of what you know about the knives and the ones that are out there. And the one that I landed on, I guess ultimately wanting to never get rid of, was the Satu. So I kind of run my name on that namesake of Satu-day. It kind of fit me at the time. I guess it still kind of does to a certain point. Doesn't get used on a daily basis like it used to, but it still gets used pretty regularly. It's still pretty much the knife that it's a go-to knife. If I gotta do a job, it's gonna come with me for sure. But anyway, there's two versions of this knife sitting in front of you guys. This is the old school DLC version. You can now see it's pretty beat up, scarred up. It's definitely a used and abused, and loved for sure. So this one has definitely been, oh yeah, lost a pocket clip screw and just threw one in for work. That's where that socket of the cap screw is from. It should be a button head like the rest of those too, but yeah, I was just too lazy to go get the right hardware. And this is the newer one. When I say DLC was, this is definitely a different DLC than the original. You can see the color difference even just sitting here side by side. Now granted, that one's been used, but this one hasn't really been used as much. But there's definitely a color difference in there. And I don't know about from new, because I never got this one new. And actually, I'm pretty sure actually both of these were used when I got them, so I can't comment about how they felt new. But to me, this original DLC always felt better. So either somebody modded it or it was just that way. I don't know. It is modded now for sure for me. These run on a bearing system that's like a Chris Reeves, so they have like a bushing inside the blade. And so this one had a little bit of a lock rock, a little bit of play in it. So I made a new stop pin and a new bushing goes in here. I had a 17.4. I'm a machinist if you didn't know. 17.4 is just a type of material. So it's a good hard material. So, and basically it's readily available at my work. So if that does fail, I can make another one. These are fit extremely tight now. It goes through both sides of the scales on this DLC version, or a full tie version rather. This stop pin goes through both sides. And so I used Deltronics to figure out what the hole size was down to the 10th. I made this pin custom for this, so this only goes in one way. It won't even turn around and go the other way. And I think it's like, I don't know, 3 or 4 tenths difference from one side to the other side, but it won't fit the other way because it literally is that almost a press fit, but it's like within the 10th. It's got a 10th clearance in there. So basically I fit the Deltronic pin that was the tightest to it, and I made this pin to match. So it's as tight as you can make it. And then I think I made it slightly bigger. Oops, slightly bigger. OD, Jesus. There we go. Slightly bigger OD. I'm sure nobody really cares. But anyway, I made this one work a little bit better. This one still runs like an original one does. Like I was saying, the stop pin goes through on this one, but not this one. So this one you can see it's got a Peel Apply G10 scale on. Bring it a little closer so you can see it. A little dirt in there, but whatever. It's a used knife. So this one ended up this way because if you look on my Instagram, you'll see that the Shark Satu needed a DLC scale in order to complete the look of it. It had like a broke tip, so it's kind of rounded off, and I had someone had laser engraved that shark mouth, and then I needed a scale so I can engrave that stars and stripes motif on it, and kind of what that one ended up turning out to be. And was a whole different project. I love that knife. I wish I still had it, and if anyone knows where it ended up, the dude who has it now, contact me. I'll get it back from you. I'll make it work. I like to have that knife back. Anyway, so this one, you have to run a stop pin that only goes through, you see it goes on that side, but not through this side. So you have to run a shorter stop pin. So that's why this stop pin on this one is not DLC. It is the stonewash version, because it came off the knife that this scale came off of, because you have to switch the stop pin, the liner and the scale all at once. And so this one originally, when I had it, had a green G10 scale on it. So it was the black with the G10 scale. And green G10 rather, and it was before Grayman actually started offering colors. So at the time, you could only get green G10 with the stonewash version blade, which with the the blade and the lock side were just stonewashed. So it was only color variations that they were really offering. So I think towards the end they started offering them. But I kind of got out of knives for several years, so I don't even know what happened to Grayman and why they quit making knives. So one of you guys has any information on that, hit me up. Let me know what the hell happened to Grayman. Quite honestly, as a machinist, I would love to make an American version of the Satu, more modernized, like more up to date kind of thing. And I don't know, maybe in the future we'll try to make something like that. See if the Graymans are cool with us trying to bring back American machining to the brands. These are S30V, which the steel snobs of the day, S30 is like the downgrade or whatever. To me, I love S30. Like, take me a good S30 blade, it's fine, and there's no problem. And some of the super steels they have now that hold such ridiculous tolerances or ridiculous edge retention, and it's they're purpose driven. But if you just want a knife for a knife, to me, the S30 and kind of up from there, the upper echelon from there, you can't beat the S30. I mean, so you got to sharpen it or strop it or something. Who cares? Like, it takes 10 seconds. Like, these are just badass blades. Good steel. I'll dig them. So, anywho, it's just a quick video basically talking about Satus and how much I love the Satus, and basically trying to get information from you guys about what happened to Grayman and why they don't make folders anymore. That's about it. Y'all have a good Satu day. Later.